Who would have thought that all we needed was Trump to get shot to kick off the next leg of the bull run? In our last video here on the channel, we said we wanted to see the 58k region reclaimed. And when I mean reclaimed, I mean price to push above the 58k region, and it's pushing very hard above that now. You can see the higher time frame support region of around 60k. I would have expected that to act as a big resistance after this pump, but it's just rising very fast above it now. Tells me that we're in very bullish conditions compared to the past few weeks. So before he got shot, Trump was priced at around a 61% chance of winning the election. You can see that since the shooting, he's gone up 10% and he's up to 71% chance of winning. I believe that's why the market is now pumping, because it's starting to price in that Trump is actually going to win the election. And he's been very bullish on crypto and especially BTC. So using my Kaito AI newsfeed, I saw that even though the guy just got shot a few days ago, you'd expect most people to be resting and chilling, but he still confirmed that he's going to speak at the Bitcoin 2024 conference in Nashville. So that is happening July 25th to the 27th, so in around 10 to 12 days, depending on when he speaks. You can see you got Michael Saylor here as well, another big Bitcoin bull. The market is definitely pricing in that Trump is going to be the president, and they're expecting bullish things around crypto. Now, that's probably going to be some Republican policies that are very pro-crypto. We've already seen in the past, Trump has had meetings with the two founders of Gemini. What are their names? The Winkle brothers. You know the ones who are in the Facebook movie. So he already has connections to them, and he has connections with Coinbase as well. So we're highly likely to have a very pro-Bitcoin and crypto government in 2025 and for the next few years. That can only mean good things for the market overall. Also in the news today, we've had Larry Fink of BlackRock say that Bitcoin is digital gold and that it's absolutely something people should invest in for the long term. So this is someone who used to be a very big skeptic of Bitcoin and who completely changed his mind and helped launch the Bitcoin ETF. And now he's one of the biggest bulls for Bitcoin as well. You can see that along with the Trump presidency and all of TradFi, traditional finance coming into Bitcoin and buying Bitcoin in the ETFs. You can just feel and see the momentum building again within Bitcoin, especially now that summer and Q3 is getting closer to being over. Q4, the last 3 months of the year, are historically the bullish months of the year. My opinion was always that the summer months were going to be slow, and the last 3 months of the year are usually when Bitcoin and the alt market tends to have their really big runs and returns. I just want to further highlight how strong Bitcoin is looking. You can see it's in this area of resistance here, around 63,400, and it looks like it's just going to blast through. So sometimes I like to use a double RSI where the green is over 50 and the red is under 50. You can see on the daily chart, it's just turned green again, which for me can be a signal that a new strong uptrend is happening. So you can see the run from this run up there, the runs here and there, but I think it's better shown on the higher time frames. So the 3-day, like I mentioned earlier, has reclaimed the 60k area, and now the 3-day RSI is turning green again. You can see back from January 23, it turns green, we have a run up, turns green again, have a run up, cools off, and then each time it's gone green, we've had pretty good runs. So now that the RSI is reaching back over the 50 level on the 3-day chart, I'm expecting it to push up to all-time highs and higher over the next few weeks and months. It's only just gone above 50. It still has a lot of room to go until it's back to the green oversold levels. And even when it reaches the oversold levels on higher time frames, that just signals very strong momentum. When we go to the weekly, it's the same idea. It hit, you can even see previous bull run 2020 turn green, and then you just ride it all the way up, turn green here at the 30k bottom, you ride it again to all-time high. You might have had one or two fake outs here and before we had the bear market, but then once again the bottom turn green, you ride it up again 25k, you ride it up. You can see now It flipped red, so it flipped below 50 for the first time since September 23, but it just looks like it's powering away again. And like I said, on the 3-day, there's a lot of room for it to push up over the next few weeks and months. Now that we get to the more bullish part of the year, I think it's going to make new highs. Using my favorite narrative Mindshare feature on Kaito AI, you can see over the last 7 days, the main narratives that have got a lot of Mindshare are the ETF. So that's the Ethereum ETF, which is due to be starting anytime, probably this week. Then you have DeFi, which we discussed in the last video, which is also related to the Ethereum ETF, and things like AAVE, which we'll check on in a minute. GameFi and meme coins, they've been the main narratives getting attention. In the last video, we said AAVE looked good at around $89. We expected it to push to around 100. We can see it's gone even further than that, and it's pushed to the kind of big resistance zone around the 105 to 110 level. AAVE had the crazy weekly range from 50 to 110, where you just get bouncing in and out. It's getting to the top of the 110 range now. Like I said in the last video, once it breaks out of that, and with all the tension around the Ethereum ETF and DeFi, it's going to keep running for sure. Especially, it's definitely a coin that institutions like BlackRock are going to be interested in, since they're so interested in tokenization. We looked at POPCAT as well, and we said it was double topped, and we looked to buy it back around 45 cents, which would have been a good buy, and it's just gone to all-time highs like we said it would do. It just looks super strong now, and there's still all the rumors that it's going to get a Binance listing. Once that happens, that I expect that to be the sell the news event. I would probably sell any POPCAT that I had if the Binance listing was announced, as coins tend to dump once the listing on Binance happens. But over time, after that listing dump, it's set to go multi-billion market cap. We also looked at PEIPEI, which was Chinese PEIPEI. It broke out. We said to wait for the retest, which is done, and it's hit resistance again. Let's point it out here now. This is one I'm probably not as confident in. I'm not too sure how it's going to go. If it breaks above the range, then hopefully it can go on to new all-time highs. But if it breaks below again, because of this structure of lower high, lower low, high high, there's a low there, there's a high there. So we hope that's a low and it can push up. We hope it can push up that way now. What we don't want it to do is, you can see it's bounced to here. We don't want it to start making new low here, because then the structure is broken. So you got the lower high, lower high, lower high, but then that will be a lower low and the uptrend will be broken. We'd want to get out of PEIPEI then, if you're still in it. Billy's the cute dog coin we've been following since around 60 million market cap, and it's around a 3x there now. I think it is now. You can see with meme coins, they tend to have 60% sell-offs or 50% sell-offs, which this did again. It had the big 50% sell-offs, and then it's just pumped all the way back up to the previous high. Would I buy now? It looks pretty strong. So you want it to, once it breaks above here and makes a new all-time high and it's in price discovery, you can probably just ride it and then see how long it's going to ride for. One thing with Billy is, in some groups that I'm in some groups with some connected people, and they're hearing lots of rumors that Billy is going to get some Bybit listings. Once it gets a Bybit listing, it solidifies it as one of the bigger meme coins, and you'd expect it to reach levels of MAGA and POPCAT over time once it gets a Binance listing. So I think it's one to look out for. So we saw on Kaito AI that GameFi has been one of the narratives with a lot of mindshare over the past week. A coin I want to look at is Beam. Beam was one of the strongest runners in the early part of the bull run. It rebranded from Merit Circle, and it had like a 10x run up, and then it cooled down. From the top, it went down 70%. But you can see it dipped below this mega support level here around 1700. So it dipped all the way down to 1200, and it's just gone back to 1700 now. It looks like it's going to reclaim this green area here. If GameFi is starting to pick up again, Beam will be one of the main runners again, in my opinion. It's already on all the big exchanges except for Coinbase, but it even got onto the Korean big exchange Upbit, which is one of the hardest exchanges to get onto. And I think Korea is actually going to be an area where we're going to get a big game that takes off, and Koreans or Asians are going to adopt crypto gaming or crypto-based gaming before the West. This looks like it's reclaiming the support area. I think it's going to at least push up to 20 or 2 cents. But for me, this is a very good spot long-term bag. So you can see this is a 3-day chart, so quite a high time frame for a chart. It reached a low of 32 on the RSI. It has so much room to push up. It hasn't even reached, like I talked about earlier, it hasn't even reached the red bullish level, but it's still showing pretty good strength on the crypto bounce. I would buy this for spot and just leave it and then wait until a crypto game pops off with popularity. And then this is going to be one of the main benefactors. You can see today it's one of the main bouncers as well. Since this is a video titled Trump Pumping the Markets, let's check our favorite Trump meme coin, MAGA hat. We can see the big support area of around 18,000 where it bounced to once, then twice, then bounced away, broke through, had a bit of resistance, and then during the news of the Trump shooting, it had a big pump through the support. And now it looks like it's been retesting that support area now. What we want it to do is stay above the support area and start pushing away. With the election and with all the world's attention on Trump, we want MAGA hat to just capitalize on all that attention, push to this area of resistance of around 40,000. I still have a big bag of MAGA hat and I'm just riding it throughout. There's another presidential debate in September, which I think it will get a run up to again, like we already had before the first presidential run. The MAGA hat coin ran up. I want it to keep pushing now, and like I said, at least reach this resistance level. But they keep getting more exchange listings. They have a partnership with DWF Labs, who are one of the best bag pumpers in the whole of crypto. For me, it's still one of my high conviction bets that it's going to reach a new all-time high before the election in November. A quick look at Kaito AI's token Mindshare before we go for today. We can see it's mostly memes, POPCAT, MAGA, Bonk, WIF, and then Ethereum based coins as well, like AAVE and Pendle. A quick look at the MAGA chart, we can just see it's got the same structure as, I forget which coin earlier on in the video, but it's got a high, low, higher high, higher low. It looks like it's trying to break out now of the 19,400s roughly. And it's made a new all-time high, but it's not as convincing yet. Maybe we get the retest down to the breakout level, so maybe 1860s, somewhere around there, and then it pushes up again. It's another one of those plays where MAGA has so much attention. If I just look at meme coins, let's see the Mindshare, just meme coins. Yeah, look. 13% for MAGA, 12% for POPCAT that we showed earlier. MAGA has double the Mindshare of PEIPEI and Bonk. And then if we look at meme coins, let's look at the market caps. So MAGA is up to, it's not even $1 billion, and it's got twice the Mindshare of 4.3 billion PEIPEI and nearly 2 billion dog with hat. There's a lot of room still for MAGA to keep going, especially with all this Mindshare. Let's look for 7 days. Yeah, for the whole week it's matching PEIPEI and Bonk and WIF, which are 2x MAGA's market cap. If this attention keeps up, MAGA is easily going to match at least Bonk, so at least a 2.5x. Attention leads to price increases. I want to get that in everyone's head, as that's one of the main ways that I trade is attention. And if a coin has this much attention over the past week, you can bet it's going to run. And shout out to Billy as well. Billy still is Billy on here. 156 million market cap, but it's 5th for Mindshare over the past week. There's so much room for Billy, even more than MAGA. So memes have been running for. They've been the strongest coins the whole bull market so far. There's no reason why that's going to stop right now. So I'd want to buy as much memes as I can and ride any especially when more retail comes into the market. They love meme coins, and the bigger meme coins on the big exchanges, the more that they go up over time. Okay guys, that's a wrap for today. Please give this video a like and please subscribe to the channel. Let me know if there's any improvements you can suggest for me to make or any coins you want me to look at. Give me a shout on Twitter, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one.